ni sa NCRC, para iguli na ko sa mo na ako'y pasalubong. Uy, tuod sa ganito ang imong pangan, classmate.
Jan, classmate, Jan. Tawagan lang kong Jan.
Ikaw day si Jan. Salamat, classmate ha.
Here a snack. When a friend. Coco Kisses sa NCRC. Lamian, masustansya kay gikan sa lubi ug affordable pa.
Kini nga mensahe hatod kanimo sa NCRC ug ning istasyon.
This is DYDC-FM 104.7, your development campus radio. Broadcasting from the beautiful campus of the Visayas State University, Visca, Baybay City, Leyte, Philippines.
VSU Radio, DYDC.
Let x be a number which exceeds its square by the greatest possible quantity. Then x is equal to... Okay, class. What will happen if you mix 3 pieces of kamote, 2 pieces of saba, and 1 piece of gabi? Ilang kamote ang kakainin mo?
Ma'am, it will become ginataan or binignit. Well, 3 pieces pa din ng kamote ang kakainin ko.
Listen to Matsaya with Sir Raymond.
Only here at DYDC-FM 104.7, your development campus radio.
There's a song deep inside I can't erase. It's all about this amazing place, a home that we all can share. Listen to the music, see the sights to see. We got a very scenic university. Feels you in my heart. Feels you in my heart. Listen to the music, sing with us a song. Feels you in my heart.
There is so much this school has given me, the sunsets and truths beside commodity. Oh, how can I repay?
Listen to the music, sing it cheer to cheer at the Visayas State University. Feels you in my heart. Feels you in my heart. Listen to the music, sing with us a song. Feels you in my heart.
Well, it's here at the Visayas State University.
Feels you in my heart. Feels you in my heart. Listen to the music, sing with us a song. Feels you in my heart. Feels you in my heart.
Feels you in my heart.
Yes, check out time is 4:05 in the afternoon. Welcome to our program. This is Matsaya with Sir Raymond. So, sa napod ko oras ang ato pag-ubanan mga ka-DYDC, mga kaswentihan nga namin diha karon. Mayong hapon ka natong tanan, and I hope that you will be joining me here until 5 in the afternoon para sa usa na pod ka oras nga ato pag-ubanan sa ato pagtulunan. And for today's lesson, we'll be discussing about simple and compound interest.
Changing universe.
Alright, good afternoon kanatong tanan, especially to my students nga namino karon via Facebook or YouTube live. So I hope nga maghuwat mo diha until 5 in the afternoon. And if you have something in mind or kung naman mga queries or clarifications or questions regarding sa ato topic for today, you can ask that one sa ato chat box. So pwede na nyo i-comment diha sa ato chat box later on. And I'll be reading that one. And of course, ato na siya tubagon ko na may mga pangutana.
Far away the memory.
And of course, after our discussion, atangan ninyo kay natay ipangutana unya nga trivia question, and whoever gets the correct answer will be given load, ang premyo kaya to ihatag nga load.
You call it beautiful, it's true, but I have one thing to say to you. I believe there is more to what you see. You call it paradise, but I call it home. What more can I ask for? I have all that I long for suddenly.
Alright, so ato na pagasugdan ang ato diskusyon. Kaya para taas-taas pa taog oras para pang tubag sa inyong mga pangutana later on. So once again, good afternoon, and today is November 6, 2020.
There is more to what you see. You call
Alright, once again, our topic for today is about
I have one.
simple and compound interest. By the way, mga ka-DYDs, sa mga kasyentihan nga namin na diha kanato karon, this topic is most especially kani siya makita ni nato sa business mathematics or finance. So kung gusto to nagkuha diha ani nga subject, kanang mga accounting students nato or mga agribusiness students, or unsa pa, basta na ay mga financial math nga subject, you can perhaps yung maka-relate mo aning discussion na to this afternoon.
I was walking down the road one day.
Alright, so our learning outcomes, or kung saan ito mga gi-expect after 1 hour discussion. So first is we have to find simple and compound interest using the interest formula. So later on, I will be showing to you on our screen kung unsa nga ito pwedeng yung magamit for finding simple and compound interest. And second is to find the maturity of a loan, maturity value, future sum, or future value. So these are just some of the terms nga ato kuhaan. And then the third one is to solve problems involving interest, simple and compound interests. Okay? So, but before that, before we proceed to the very discussion, we have to define first, or we have to consider first the following definition of terms, because these terms are very important as we go along, with our discussion. So, una, we have there the definition of interest. So, unsa man ni ang interest? Okay, so remember that in mathematics we have another language, or definition. When we say in English, manggod, when we say interest, for example, naka-interest ako sa kata, but in mathematics especially, in terms of money, interest is somewhat, we have two notions, pwede ka mag-interest nga mo tubo, pwede po, or itubo man siya ang interest, okay? But naatay duha ka options or duha ka notions nga matawag na to siya nga interest. Una, if you are the one who borrowed the money, and for example, you borrowed amount, an amount in a bank, then the bank will charge you an amount of interest. Okay, on the other hand, if you are also the one who let someone borrow your money, then naapod kadto nga someone nga nagborrow nimo will be paying an amount of interest para nimo. So, pwede siya mahimong positive in your part, pwede po siya mahimong negative in your part, So, positive in your part if ikaw ang nagpahuwam og money or ikaw ang lender, But if you are the creditor or ikaw ang nagborrow sa money or nagloan, then you are the one who will be paying the interest. So, it might be kanang negative in your part, Simple interest is an interest earned when a loan or investment is repaid in a lump sum. So kausa lang nimo bayaran or tibot niya mura bag kausahon nimo og bayad. Okay, dili tagi-tagi. Okay? So principal is the amount of money borrowed or invested. So it is the amount that you borrowed in a bank or from a lending company. The rate is in percent form or percent of the principal paid as interest per time period. So mao ni ang gitawag nato nga imo bayaran no or tubo no nimo for borrowing an amount of money, right? Ang time is the number of days, months or years that the money is borrowed or invested. Now this time will depend on your terms or conditions sa lending company, sa bank or sa person nga imo giborrow if it is payable weekly, daily, monthly, semi-annually, quarterly or unsa ba ang inyo kanus man nimo bayaran no in due time. Right? Now let's proceed to the first type of interest which is the simple interest. Right? So unsa man ni ang simple interest? Now this interest or formula shows how interest rate and time are related and gives us a way of finding one of these values if the other three values are known. So buto sa ana, you have the variable there I is equal to P times R times T. P stands for the principal, the money that you have borrowed. Your R is the rate that is usually in percent form. Time, okay, if it is not indicated in the problem, then automatically the time there is by year, no, or per year na siya, annual. Okay, I is your interest. It also states there that you have three values or variables. You have P, R, and T. And if you are given two of these, for example, if you are given P and R, then you can find the T. If you are given, or I, no? If you are given P, R, T, then you can find I. If you are given the R, T, and I, you can find P. So, for as long as you are given three of these four variables, then you can find the unknown. And showing the formula, no, discussing the formula further, you can also use this representation on how to find the interest, the principal, the rate, and the time. So as shown on our screen, no, interest there is equal to principal times rate times time. Right? So kung ang ato pangitaon is interest, so imo lang i-multiply si principal, rate, and time. Kung si principal naman ato pangitaon, then that will become interest over rate times time. Okay? So mao na siya. If si rate pud ato pangitaon, then that will become interest over, no, mo nang naa siya yung horizontal line diha, over principal times time. Okay? And if si time naman ato pangitaon, then that will become interest over principal times the rate. Right? So that would be how the diagram or the representation states. So para sa yun lang pag-derive sa mga formulas. Okay? Now, identify the principal, rate, and time. The interest is a percentage. Okay? Principal is the amount borrowed or invested. The rate of interest is a percent for a given time period, usually 1 year. So sa ako pagkikayong ganiha, if it is not stated in the problem specifically, then your time is in terms of years. Okay? Time must be expressed in the same unit of the time as the rate. So kung in year, dapat year tanan. So if you are given months, so you have to convert that one in terms of year. So let's say for example, you are given 3 months. So in terms of year, that will become 3 over 12 year. Okay? Because there are 12 months in a year. Right? So how to find the interest paid on a loan? No, how find the interest paid on a loan? No? So we are given the following. For example, the principal is 1,500. The interest rate is 9%, and in your solution, you have to convert your percent in decimal form. Okay, so in that case, that is 9%. To convert that one in decimal form, all you have to do is to divide 9% by 100. And that is equal to 0.09. So that will be your percent, no, or rate, no, rate na imo gamiton later on. And your time given is 1 year. Okay, and your solution there, no? Because we are going to find the interest here. So using the formula, interest is equal to P times R times T. Okay? So all you have to do is to substitute all the variables there. So naatay P, which is equal to 1,500. Your rate is 0.09 because we have already converted that one to decimal. And your time is 1. So using the, you can use calculator or long method to find the answer. So you have 1,500 times 0.09 times 1, and that is equal to 135. And what does it mean? The 135 is the interest on a loan amounting to 1,500. Okay? So meaning if you are going to borrow an amount of 1,500 with interest rate of 9%, and you are going to pay your borrowed money after 1 year, then aside from paying 1,500, you are also going to pay 135. So all in all, you will be paying 1,635 as your maturity value or future sum. So naakay tubo nga 135 pesos. Okay? Okay, try these examples. Find the interest on a 2-year loan of 4,000 at a 6% rate. So, first, para mas systematic no ang ato pag-answer sa ato problem, you have to identify first what are the given in our problem. So, we are given here the following: time, which is 2 years, the principal amount is 4,000, and the interest rate is 6%. But then again, you have to convert first your percent into decimal. How to do that? All you have to do is to divide 6% by 100. So, I is equal to 4,000 times 0.06, because 6% is 0.06, times 2, and the answer there is 480. Meaning, if you are going to borrow an amount of 4,000, you are going to pay 480 as the interest. Okay? So that is what is meant by our problem there. For number 2, example number 2, find the interest earned on a 3-year investment of 5,000 at 4.5% interest. So again, you have to identify first what are the given in the problem. So we are given there that our time is 3 years, no? 3 years ang ato time. Then your principal is 5,000 and your interest rate is 4.5%, and that is equivalent to 0.045. Okay, 0.045. So product lang siya, i-multiply lang ni mo tanan. No, i-multiply lang ni mo tanan. So you multiply 3 times 5,000 times 0.045, and the answer there is 675. Meaning, if you're going to borrow an amount of 5,000 payable in 3 years, then you have to pay, aside from the 5,000 on top of that, you have also to pay 675 as the interest or the amount of interest charged by borrowing 5,000 pesos. Okay? Alright, our next subtopic is about finding the maturity value of a loan. No, I have already discussed this one a while ago. How to find the maturity value? Okay, how to find the maturity value of sa tawagan ni siya, a loan. All you have to do is to add the principal amount and the amount of interest you computed. No, you have computed. So maturity value is the total amount of money due by the end of a loan period, the amount of the loan and the interest. So as shown in our formula, maturity value, sometimes in some references it is future sum or FS or just F, no? Kung makita mo ana, it is just equal to the principal amount plus the interest earned. Okay? Or since PRT, ano PRT siya? Because we know that interest is equal to PRT. Right? So that is how to find the maturity value. No? So look at this example. Perlin Fernandez can purchase furniture on a 2-year simple interest loan at 9% interest per year. What is the maturity value for a 2,500 loan? Right? So unsa man ka ha. So first thing is you have to determine first what are the given in our example. So the formula there is maturity value is given by the principal amount plus the interest earned. Okay? So maturity value there is 2,500 as your principal. Quantity 1 plus 0.09 because 9% is converted to decimal. 2 because your time is 2 years, right? So doing the necessary operation, so you have to just follow the operation there using your calculator. You can use calculator in solving this. So the maturity value will become 2,950. Okay, so after 2 years, Perlin Fernandez will pay an amount of 2,950 after 2 years. So meaning, naa siya'y tubo nga 450 because the original price of the furniture is 2,500. So naa siya'y increase of 450. So mao to siya ang imong interest, amount of interest, right? Okay, try these examples. Kathleen Valencia is going to borrow 4,000 at 7.5 interest. What is the maturity value of the loan after 3 years? Again, first step is to identify the given in our problem. Okay, so 4,000 is your principal amount. 7.5% is your interest. Okay, interest rate. And the time is 3 years. 3 years ang time. Right? So, using the formula, you can get the value after 3 years. The 4,000 will become 4,900. Okay? So, maana siya. Did you get the correct answer? And then for number 2, Jibay Declaro will invest 3,000 at 8% for 5 years. What is the maturity value of the investment? Okay? So, still, maturity value is equal to the principal. You can also get the maturity value by finding first the interest because you already know the formula in find the interest. And that is interest is equal to P times R times T. No, if you are not going to use this formula, kani siya nga formula ako is shown. Kana siya nga formula kanang P quantity 1 plus RT. You can also use the katong taas nga method, which is you are going to find first the interest, and then after finding the amount of interest, you have just to add it sa ato principal amount. Okay, and that is equal to 4,200. Meaning, after 5 years, the 3,000 investment will become 4,200. So, nitubo siya. Okay? Now, how to convert months to a fractional or decimal part of a year? So, sa ako pag ikayong ganiha, we have to be consistent on our unit of time. No? If it is in days, months, year, or weeks, or whatsoever, so you have to be consistent. No? Kaya para dili compromise ang ato solution for that, no? So write the number of months as the numerator of a fraction. So write 12 because we know that in 1 year we have 12 months. Okay? But you have to remember also that if it is not specified in our problem, the time, if the unit is year, months, or whatsoever, you have to use year because that is murag naka-default na siya nga unit, no, for interest. So reduce the fraction to lowest terms if using the fractional equivalent, and then divide the numerator by the denominator to get the decimal equivalent of the fraction. So, okay. So example, convert 9 months and 15 months respectively to years, expressing both as fractions and decimals. Okay. So 9 over 12. Okay, 9 over 12, because we are given 9 months and we know that there are 12 months in a year, so that's 9 over 12. Then reducing that one to lowest term, that is 3/4 or just 0.75. The 0.75 is the one that you are going to use in your solution, no? Kaya dapat naka-decimal form na siya sa ato pagkuha sa interest. For 15, that is 15 over 12, or 1 and 3 over 12, or 1 and 1/4, or that is 1.25. So that's 1.25 ang 15 months. Alright? Look at this example. To save money, Stan Wright invested $2,500 for 45 months at 3.5% simple interest. How much interest did he earn? So pila man ang iya interest nga iya na earn. Okay, so na siya 2,500. So given we have 45 months, ato siya gi-convert 45 over 12, and that is 3.75 years. Okay, so that man to gamito, no, for our time. So I is equal to P times R times T. So substitute, P is equal to 2,500. Your R is 3.5%, so that's 0.035, and your time is 3.75. Do the necessary operations. Multiplication lang na siya, no, class? So that is equal to 328.13. Okay? So 328.13. To get the maturity value or the future sum, all you have to do is to add 2,500 plus the 328.13, and that is your maturity value.
Opportunities that point me to who I could be. It's a life-changing university. You call it beautiful.
Alright, so next example, we have here, Akiko is saving a little amount or extra money to pay for her car insurance next year. If she invests 1,000 for 18 months at 4%, how much interest can she earn? Okay, so that is equal to 60. No, yun sa pagkuha, all you have to do is to multiply 1,000 times 0.04, equivalent of 4%, and then your time is 18 over 12. Okay, 18 over 12. So that is 60 pesos. Habib is going to borrow 2,000 for 42 months at 7%. What will be the amount of interest owed be? So after 42 months. So again, you have to convert 42 months in terms of years. So that will become 42 over 12 times 2,000 times 0.07. Okay, so always jud na siya i-convert ang percent into decimal form. No? Always jud na siya i-convert to decimal form. So the answer there is 490. No, the answer there is 490.
All that I long for, suddenly all the voices came to sing with me. That you call it beautiful, it's true, but I have one thing to say to you.
Alright, so our next slide of how to find the principal rate or time using the simple interest formula. So you just using the simple interest formula, no, kanang ato original formula there, you can actually derive, no, the following formulas to find the principal, the rate, and the time. Okay, so kanig siyang ato gipakita, no, sa ato screen karon. So you can you can get that one using our original formula, which is equal to 1,000. I is equal to PRT. Okay, so ato na siya gi-derive. So there, no, makuha na to siya. Okay? So find the principal using the simple interest formula. So P is equal to I over RT. So for example, Judy paid 108 pesos in interest on a loan that she had for 6 months. The interest rate was 12%. How much was the principal? Okay, how much was the principal? So principal lang ato gipangita. So substitute the known values and solve. So P is equal to I over RT. I there is 108. Your rate is 0.12 because of 12%. And your 6 months, nahimo siya 0.5 because that is 6 over 12. No, originally that is 6 over 12. Okay, mo na mahimo siya nga 0.5. So the answer there is 1,800. So that is the principal amount, the 1,800. Right? How to find the rate using the simple interest formula? So R is equal to I over P times the time. So Sam wants to borrow 1,500 for 15 months and will have to pay 225 in interest. What is the rate he is being charged? So ato pangitaon ang rate no in percent, no? So using the formula, substitute the known values and then solve. So R is equal to 225 over 1,500 times 1.25. Ngano 1.25? Because 15 months is equivalent to 1.25 year. Right? So do the necessary operation and the answer there is 0.12 or 12%. Okay? So the rate Sam will pay is 12%. Right? So that's the answer for our example. Now, how to find the time using the simple interest formula? So time is equal to I over rate times the principal. Okay? So, Shelby borrowed 10,000 at 8% and paid 1,600 in interest. What was the length of the loan? So, unsa katason, unsa kadugayon, no? Niya gibayaran ang iya gibaro na money. So, again, substitute the known values and solve. So, T is equal to the interest. That is equal to 10,000 or 1,600 over the product of the rate and your principal. Okay? So, the answer there is 2, meaning the length of the loan was 2 years. Right? So, 2 years siya. No mo mabayaran. Okay? So, before tamo pa dayon, hello once again to our students do nga namino karon and napoy nag-join nato si Engineer Trunks Donaire. No, thank you so much for joining us here. Alright, find the ordinary and exact time. Okay? So, ordinary time is based on counting 30 days in each month. So, kung unsa man siya nga buwan, we just take 30 days no for all months. Kung January man na siya until December, ato lang giihap nga naalay 30 days. Mura bagi approximate lang nato siya that there are 30 days in one month. Kung exact time, of course, you have to count the number of exact days for a specific month. So for example, for January, we have 31 days. For February, we have either 28 or 29 depending kung leap year ba na siya or daily, no? And then for sa tawag ni siya for March that is 31, for April we have 30, and I have kanang sayon nga kuan ana sayon nga so tawag na siya way no to determine kung pila ka days in a month. You have to count, you have to use your fist no starting with the kuan kaning so tawag ni siya kaning unsa man ni siya basta kaning imo fist no, you have to count from this one kani siya sa buko kani siya January, February, March, April, May, June, July, then August, September, October, November, December. Tanang months nga moigo sa kaning kuan, sa kani siyang sa tawag siya basta bone na siya 31 days. The rest na ay 30 days. Okay? So, examples, no, the ordinary time from July 12 to September 12 is 60 days, no? Oh, yun sa na pagkuha. So you just have to count because in July we have 31 days, no? For July we have 31 days for July, meaning that's 31 minus 12. So daa kay how much? Or how many days? 19. No, 19. And then for August you have 31 days, and then September 12, so 12, that is equivalent to 60 days, right? So to find the exact time from July 12 to September 12, add the following. So days in July, so you have 31 minus 12, 19. August is 31, and then days in September, that's 12. So that is 62 days. Okay? So for ordinary time, you have 60 days, and for exact time, you have 62 days. So mag-differ siya for of course kay na may months nga 31 days, no? Next, sequential numbers for days of the year. So find the exact time of a loan using the sequential number table. So the same gihapon siya, imo ra gihapon i-count, no? Imo ra gihapon i-count ang number of days. Okay? So beginning the due dates or beginning and due dates in different years. So subtract the beginning dates sequential number from 365. So we know that there are 365 days in 1 year. So imo lang i-subtract. Now add a due date sequential number to the result from the previous step. If February 29 falls between the two dates, and add 1 if it is a leap year. No? Pangutanon sa nimo kung kanang a given year is leap year ba, then February will have 29 days. Okay? Look at this example. Find the exact time from May 15 on year 1 to March 15 in year 2. Okay? So, 365 minus 135 equals 230. Yung sa pagkuha ang 135, you just have to count the number of days, no, nga, unsa man na siya, number of days nga wala ni sulod sa May 15 to March 15. Okay? Meaning, naa sa January to May 14. Sakto ba? January to May 14, mao lang na ang imo iiban unya ang March 15 the following year. Okay, so that's 230 plus 74, that's 304 days. So ang meaning ang days from May 15 on year 1 to March 15 in year 2, that is equivalent to 304 days. Okay? Kay from January to May 14, no? From January to May 14, that is 135 days. Okay? So meaning 365 minus 135, so from May 15 to December 31, that is 230 days. Okay? Unya ang kanang 74 days is ang January 1 na pod gutob sa March 15. So manang 74 days. So you add 230 plus 74, that is equivalent to 304 days. Meaning from May 15 on year 1 to March 15 in year 2, that is 304 days. Okay? So the exact time is 304 days. So if year 2 is a leap year, the exact time is 305. Imo lang i-add. Imo lang tan-awon kung leap year ba na siya nga given. Okay? Okay, so example, a loan made on September 5 is due July 5 of the following year. So find the ordinary time, exact time, and for leap year and non-leap year. So ordinary time for this is 300 days, and for the exact time is 303 days. For leap year, mag-add lang kag 1, so that will become 304 days, no? So mahimo siya nga 304 days. Okay? So find the ordinary interest rate per day and the exact interest rate per day. Right. So ordinary interest rate per day that assumes 360 days per year, no? Kung exact pod, you have 365 days in a year. For bankers rule or the commercial bankers method or commercial rule, mo ni siya ang kasagaran gamiton sa mga lending company or sa mga banks, no? Gamiton. So calculating interest on a loan based on ordinary interest and exact time, which yields a slightly higher amount of interests. Okay, so find the ordinary interest per day. So for ordinary interest rate per day, divide the annual interest rate by 360. So mao lang na siya. So ordinary interest rate per day, that is equal to interest rate per year, divide by 360. Okay? Kung exact, ang imo lang po denominator karon will become 365. So ngara lang sila mag-differ. Ang ordinary is ang denominator 360, ang exact ang iya denominator is 365. Okay? Example, a loan of 500 pesos at 7% annual interest rate. The loan was made on March 15 and due on May 15 on the same year. Now, on the same year. So, given there are the following. Principal is equal to 500. Your rate is 7%. And then your time, you are going to count the number of days from March 15 to May 15. Okay? So, for ordinary time, you have 60 days. And for your exact time, ordinary time, then rate is equal to 0.07 over 360 because ordinary interest siya. So interest will become 500 times 0.07 over 360 times 60 days. Right? So interest therefore after May 15, nakabayaran nga interest of 5.83 pesos. Alright? Ordinary interest naman using exact time. So, imo na pod ipon, no? How many days are there from March 15 to May 15? Anha lang sila mag-differ. And then your denominator now, instead of using 360, no? So that will become 61 days na siya ang imo time karon, no, instead of 60, right? So the answer there is 5.93. So compared sa to previous slide, that is 5.83, and karon nahimo na siya 5.93. So mas dako og interest if it is based on exact number of days. Okay? So kung exact number of days, mas dako siya interest. Right? Now find the exact interest using the exact time for the previous loan. Okay, so karon na pod exact interest na pod using exact time. So karon ang ato denominator will become 365 instead of 360. So mahimo na lang siya 365. Okay? So using the formula, the same process, but ang imo lang nag-differ ani karon is imbes nga 360, mahimo lang siya nga 365. No, mahimo lang siya nga 365. Okay? Then we have interest now will become 5.84. No, 5.84. Now let's proceed to compound interest. So we are done with the simple interest. Now let's proceed to compound interest. Hello to Engineer Jan Gaviola, no? Nga namin na po na to our faculty there from the Department of Civil Engineering. And ano to Miss Perlin Fernandez. Mangyari siya ganun, bisita siya ganun. But I can manage. Thank you for coming. Alright, check our time. No, it's already 4:42 and we're almost done with our topic for today. So we are done with the first part, which is the simple interest. And right now we are going to discuss compound interest. Once again, welcome to our program. This is Matsaya with Sir Raymond. Supposedly our schedule will be every Monday, pero kay holiday man laging Monday, so nangita tag paagi, ana lang jud na siya, para paraan lang jud na siya. Yes, according to Miss Perlin Fernandez, this is good, no, for those who are planning to take the civil service exam. Yes, daghan ni siya mga ing-ani nga problems, no, sa katong mo take sa civil service exam. Daghan og ing-ani nga mga questions, no. O daghan mang gawas ani. Especially compound interest, daghan mo gawas sa compound interest. Hello Sir Anwiti Ju sunod. Yes, actually Engineer Jan Gaviola, siguro na siya sa episode 8 man ta karon. That is supposedly episode mga 12 siguro ang kanang Anwiti Ju. We have the simple and the general annuity. No, mga ato sunod nga discussion because we still have stock and bonds, mortgage and amortization nga after the simple and compound interest. And after that, we'll proceed to general and simple in annuity. Okay, so atangan na nato, no? Especially sa mga civil engineering nga nagkuha og engineering economy, am I right, no? Nga subject engineering economy, murag na sila topic nga annuity due or annuities.
To who I could be, it's a life changing universe.
Alright, so let's proceed to compound interest. So what is compound interest? So may kalainan ani ni simple interest. So compound interest is an interest said to be compound or converted when it is added to the principal at regular intervals at the sum becomes the new principal. So buto sabot ani, let's say for example, naa kay principal karon, nitubo siya sa kadto nga sunod tuig. So let's say for example 100, unya 10%. So 10% ni 100 naa kay G's. So the following year mahimo siya nga 110. Now ang imo na pod principal karon will become 110. And this 110 mao na ang imo gamiton, no, mao na ang imo gamiton na pod nga principal in finding another or the new interest the following year. So magtika dako siya kay napuno man siya, no, sa imo regular nga interest. The sum becomes the new principal. So mao na siya ang buta sabot diha. Okay? Right, so unsa man ang kalainan, no? Interest may be computed sa compounded so annually, once a year, semi-annually, twice a year, quarterly, 4 times a year, and monthly, 12 times a year. Okay? And these 4, okay, kaning giingon nato nga interest may be compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, maupod ni siya ang ato giingon nga conversion periods or periods. Okay? So, kung pangutan ka, pila man ang conversion periods when we say compounded annually? 1 lang. Kung yung tag quarterly, 4 conversion periods. Kung monthly, we have 12 conversion periods. Okay? So, mao na ang ato basihan later on, no? Sa ato formula, makita na to later on. Okay? The final amount or the sum of the interest and the principal is called the compound amount. No, the sum of the interest and the principal is called the compound amount. Sometimes it is also called the future sum or the maturity value. Katong ato discuss ganiya sa simple interest nga MV or just F. Okay? Example, find the compound amount and the interest if 1,000 pesos is invested at an interest rate of 9% compounded annually for 3 years. So, you are given again, no, in every mathematical problem, for me, it is very, kanang highly recommended, no? Kumbaga, highly recommended siya that you have to identify first your given so that your answer, your solution will be in a systematic way. Para dili ka masaag, dili ka mawala. So, you are given that the amount, no, the amount you have invested is 1,000 pesos, and the interest rate is 9%, and the year is 3 years, and your conversion period is 1 because it is compounded annually. Alright? So, annually siya. So, the term compounded annually means that the interest earned in 1 year is added to the principal earned additional interest for the next year. So, maana siya. So, using our formula, later on, so if the investment term is long, the computation of the compound amount would be very lengthy and tedious. Ang magsikag compute o karon nga year. Next year na po, i-add na po nimo the following year. What if I will give you 25 years? No, 25 years. So we have also another process to solve this kind of problem, and it is in exponential form. So this one, mao ni siyang ato formula in finding the compound amount of investment. Okay, so na exponential forms, that is given by F is equal to P quantity 1 plus I to the power of N, wherein your P is your original principal or the principal amount, your F is the amount accumulated value of P at the end of the periods, okay, or the maturity value or the future sum in some references, na mga siyang gimin. Your I is the interest rate per period, and to find I, that is J over M. What is J? J is your nominal rate. Okay, nominal rate. Your M is the frequency of conversion or the conversion periods. Kung quarterly ba, 4. Kung annually, 1. Kung semi-annually, 2. Kung monthly, 12. Alright? Your N there is the total number of conversion periods in the investment term. And it is to be derived or to be solved using or by multiplying M and T. Again, your M is the number of conversion. Your T is in years, term of investment in years. Okay, so dili siya the same sa simple interest nga ditso tag multiply sa rate o sa time in years. So here our I stands for the nominal rate, no, the nominal rate over the number of conversion. Let's say for example, if your nominal rate is 4%, so i-divide na nimo kung pila ang iyang number of conversion. So 2% compounded annually. So, 2 divided by 1. Kaya annually man lang siya. 2% compounded quarterly. So, that will become 2% i-divide na nimo by 4 because your conversion period is already 4. Alright? So, the compound amount F, right? So, where I, ato lang gi-show, no? Pagklaro, no? Gi-show lang nato pagklaro ang kanisiyang giun sa pagkuha ang I. So I is equal to J over M, the nominal rate over the conversion period. N is equal to the conversion period times time in years. Right? So mao na siya ang murag specific kaayong formula kani siya. F is equal to P quantity 1 plus J over M raised to MT. Okay. For example, we have a business company invests 50,000 in a bank that offers an annual interest of 6% compounded yearly. So yearly man, so ang ato conversion period now is 1, no? How much will be the future value of this investment after 10 years? So ato T karon is 10. So unsa ang pagkuha sa N, that is 10 times that conversion which is equal to 1, so 10 lang gihapon siya. So our solution now will become, the problem involves compound interest and we need to determine the future value. The following information are given. Principal amount is 50,000. The nominal rate is 6%. T is 10 years. And your conversion period is annually, so 1. So using the formula, so F is equal to P quantity 1 plus R, or R is I, no mo ng I na to ganiha, T is your N, okay? So that is just equal to 89,542.38. Therefore, the company's investment will grow to approximately 89,542.38 after 10 years. Okay? In some references, instead of using I, gigamitan na siya R. So, mato sa example ganiha. Instead of using N also, we are using the small t. Pero the same na sila og notation. No? So, R there is the nominal rate. So, that is 6% over 1 because your conversion is only 1. So, 0.06 divided by 1 lang gihapon na siya. Okay? So, that is your compound interest. Yes. So we have also here, Mary Grace Francisco invest 25,000 at a 15% interest rate, compounded quarterly. All right. So na natin compounded quarterly kalon, nga ang ato na pod gamiton, no, conversion period will become 4 kay quarterly naman. Determine the future value of her investment after 3 years. Okay? So the following were the given information. P is 25%. Your nominal rate is 25,000 rather. Your nominal rate is 15%. Your time is 3 years. And the conversion period now is 4 because it is already compounded quarterly. So using the formula, so that is, makita nato diha no, makita nato nga 0.15, no, 0.15 divide by 4, mao na siya ang imo I. And 3 times 4 because 3 years times the conversion period which is 4. So, mahimo siya nga exponent 12. So, do the necessary operation. Multiplication lang na siya, no? That is equal to 38,886.36. Therefore, Mary Grace Francisco's investment will become approximately 38,886.36 after 3 years. So, ang iya gi-invest nga 25,000 after 3 years, mahimo siya nga 38,886. Okay? So, you try these examples. Okay? So, you try these examples. So, ato lang i-show sa ato screen, no, para ma-take note ninyo. And then you can comment your answer, no, sa chat box. Okay, kung pila ang answer aning mga problems na to here. So, find the compound amount of 23,000 invested for 4 years at the rate of 12%, compounded annually, semi-annually, and then quarterly. Okay? And then we have number 2 and number 3. So you practice, no? You practice lang aning items 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So mao ni siya nga ako giyong ganiha nga conversion periods. Okay? Annually, we have 1, semi-annually, 2, quarterly that is 4, and then monthly that is 12. That is typographical error, sorry, no. Quarterly that is 4, that is not 3, but that is 4. Monthly, 12 times a year, that is not 4, but instead it is 12. Okay, so that's 12. Now, using the formula, the original formula of finding the compound interest or compound amount, F is equal to P quantity 1 plus I raised to N, you can also derive, no, the formula to find what if, sir, the unknown there is already the principal amount unya given si future sum. So, all you have to do is to derive the formula. Okay, so i-derive lang nato ang formula. So, that is just equal to P, no, is equal to F over 1 plus I raised to N, or simply, principal amount is equal to the future sum quantity 1 plus I raised to negative N. Okay? So, ang imo exponent karon will become negative. So, you follow this formula na lang. Okay? So, examples. This one. So, you try these examples here. And then, if you can get the correct answer, you just have to comment your answer there sa comment section. And later on, I will check your answer if it is correct or not. Okay, so you just copy this problem and then solve that one sa inyo scratch papers. For number 3,
Listen to the music, sing with us a song, bless you in my heart.
and for number 4, okay, then for number wala na, for number 4 only. Okay? So compound amount and present value at a fraction of a period. So when n is a fraction, we still use the same formula as we will assume compound interest throughout the term. So kadto lang jud nga formula ato gamiton class, no? Kanilang siya nga formula ang ato gamiton. Okay? Kani siya f is equal to p p quantity 1 plus I raised to n. Kung p ato gamiton, then kanilang pod ato kuhaon. Now what if kung si rate ato kuhaon, sir? Sir, nakuha na nako sir unsaon pagkuha si f or the maturity value or the future sum. I already learned how to get the principal amount if the given is the future sum or the compound amount. What if the unknown now, sir, or the task now, sir, is to find the nominal rate or the time in years. So mag-derive na po tag formula, the same gyapon nga formula. No, kani gyapon ta mag-base. Ato lang na siya i-derive. So derivation of formula, so we can get the formula in finding the nominal rate, no, or the interest rate. Okay, still you are going to use the original formula and then you derive that one and then we can have our formula as this. So this will be our formula in finding the nominal rate. Okay, so that's the formula in finding the nominal rate or the interest rate. Okay, so you already know what is M. M is the conversion period, F is the amount, the future sum, P is the principal amount, N is the conversion period times your T years, no? Minus 1. So that's your interest rate. Okay? So we have their examples. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now, how about kung T na po ang pangitaon? If your unknown now is T, the formula will become T is equal to the log of F over P over the product of your conversion periods, the log of quantity 1 plus I. So, you just follow. Basta kahibaw lang ka sa mga notions or notations rather. Kinsa na si F, kinsa na si P, kinsa na si M, kinsa na si I, kinsa na si J, kinsa na si T, no, kinsa na si N, no, for as long as you know these variables, then it's very easy na lang, no, for you to substitute the formula, no, the given. Okay, so we have their examples. Again, if you get the correct answer, you just have to comment that one to our comment section and then I will review that one later on.
My tomorrows are brighter than my yesterdays. All the world's fine and bright.
And then we have also equivalent rates, no? Two nominal rates are said to be equivalent if they yield the same maturity value for the same term. Okay, so mo siya ang formula, no, for finding the simple interest rate equivalent to a discount interest rate. Okay, so daghan kayong formulas nga to i-memorize. Actually, you don't need to memorize but you have to familiarize lang, no, kung kanos ani sila gamiton. For as long as you know how and when to use this formula, then you are good, no? So wala kay problema in finding this problem. Okay, so kani siya is a formula for finding the discount interest rate equivalent to a simple interest rate. Okay. And then formula for finding the effective interest rate equivalent to a nominal interest rate. And then formula for finding nominal interest rate equivalent to an effective interest rate. So, ako po gi-provide diha ang mga example problem nga posible nga magamitan nimo nga formula. Kanos ano nimo gamiton nga formula? So, for example, ang ani nga problem, no, kani siya, then you can use this formula. Kung ang ani po nga problem, no, then you can use that formula. Okay? So, mga hint, no, gitagaan na mo na kog mga hint kanos ana siya gamiton nga mga formulas. Okay? Alright, so that's all for today. So we are done with our discussion on the simple and compound interest. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for learning with me. So for 1 hour discussion. And I hope that you have learned something about our lesson for today about simple and compound interest. Once again, sa ako mga gi-flash nga mga problems ganiha, if you have your answer there, you can actually comment that one to our comment section, and then later on, ako lang na i-replay, tapos ako tan-aon, and then I will also comment, give you feedback if you got the correct answer. Okay?
Amazing place, a home that we all can share. Listen to the music, see the sights to see. Get a very scenic.
Alright, it's already 5 in the afternoon, and it's time for me to say bye-bye for our program. Thank you so much sa inyong pakiguban ni Sir Raymond. Sulod sa ka oras sa itong programa din nilang sa itong paboritong istasyon. This is DYDC 104.7 FM, your Development Campus Radio. Monday na pod pohon. We'll be going back to our original schedule. That is Monday, 4 to 5 in the afternoon. Our next topic, we'll be talking about the mark up and mark down. So that will be our next discussion.
How can I repay?
Alright, so thank you so much. It's time for me to say bye-bye. Yes, special thanks to the Information and Communication Technology Management Center through Norman Villas and DYDC technicians Luis Prado and Arnel Gosela. On behalf of the DYDC station manager, Dr. Cristina Gabrillo, and radio engineer Shanville Gonzalo, this has been your host, Sir Raymond, saying bye for now. And see you on Monday, 45 in the afternoon sa ito programang Matsaya. Para na pod sa lain na pod nga topic sa ato discussion. Bye everyone. Happy Friday.